My Pinto trailer project. I picked up the sheet metal for the front. I'm going to work on that a little today. I'm not sure if anybody's seen, but I cut a set of fenders to match the round of the door. So that's what I'm going to use, to square off the front, or round it off, but I wanted rounded corners, but this will work. And started cutting parts of the floor. Hopefully today the floor will be on. These will be, that's just sitting there, and that'll be mounted permanently. I'm going to add some pieces in the front that match the fenders, and I'm going to, hopefully the front will all be bolt-on and removable. Been working on a little here and a little there. Put maybe another hour into it since last I touched it. So hopefully today I'll get some work done on it. I think I mounted the doors since my last video. I took pictures, but those are just for when it's done. But let's see what I can get done today. Okay, I just got done painting the frame. It's all black, because that's what I had laying around, and I really didn't care, just to stop the rust. Okay, we're about another hour into the pinto. You see I got both these things mounted on there permanent. I welded this bar across. I'm hoping that I can be able to bend the sheet metal up at an angle. Might be a little weird through here. We shall see. And just, like I said, playing with it. I'm going to go cut some sheet metal right now. Just showing my prep work. Some part of the fenders, chunks of the fenders, I made angle iron tabs. Sheet metal, hold it in place while I tack it and get the Bondo and stuff on the corners. We'll see how that comes out. Do fillers. But I got some more prep work before the sheet metal will be finished. Okay, this is my makeup video. I didn't film the step where I put this on, and just the front plywood interior panel that I got all fitted up, and just plywood I had laying around, so it's discolored where it had boards nailed to it. But I need to take it off, weld the front piece on there, trim it up, because obviously it's going to round and stuff, but I didn't want to weld it on before I trim it, get it in place. And then I have to take the whole front end off, hopefully one piece with these, and hopefully it'll come off. I'll be able to put that piece of plywood back on, and it'll go back together without any issues. I'm going to take that panel off right now and weld on my front piece and trim it up. So here we go. Okay, we were able to, had to shut the video off to do it, but put another C-clamp on that side for a handle and rolled it up. So that should give me the bend I need, or fairly close to it. Maybe a little rubber mallet work after that, but we were able to do it with this setup, minor modification. So you don't need the expensive tools. You can do it at home with scrap junk laying around your yard. Okay, so working on a little bit. It looks kind of funny from the front right now. It's because it's not finished. Get a closer up view. You can see where I was stitch welding stuff. Actually, let me take this widescreen shot lens off. That'll allow me to zoom in a little bit. See, I stitch welded it. When you're welding sheet metal, those who haven't done it before, it's a pain in the ass. You weld every inch to 3/4 of an inch along here, and you go back along every 3/4 of an inch in between, and then every 3/4 of an inch in between those, and you weld it over and over, and then you grind it all off and do it all over again. So you can see I still got a lip. I left myself a little bit of a lip. Yes, these welds just look horrible, flux core, you gotta love it, but I'm making do with what I got. I'm pretty happy to have what I have. But yeah, you just weld every 3/4 of an inch, and you can see on the front of here it's popping up, so that's going to be a lot of grinder work. A lot of welding, a lot of grinder work. You can see those little tabs I had sticking out. Now, I got to take this thing back off, and hopefully it'll come off just fine in one piece. The bottom's also lower than it's going to be, because I'm going to bend that over and screw it or rivet it to the frame. I think I'm going to use self-tapping screws. One of my favorite little toys. Makes assembling things really easy and disassembling them. But anyways, that'll be bent. You can see on this side I was working on that too. And this front piece came out better than I expected. You can see it is curved. It didn't come out as curved as I hoped, but I'm still happy with it. You know, it kind of sheet metal warps a little bit. So what I'm going to do is, I had that piece of wood I showed you guys earlier. Zoom back out. I'm going to show you the inside here. So I took that piece of wood out. I was welding it on the inside too. So a lot more welding to do. And when I put that piece of wood on, I'm going to attach some pieces of wood cut in a curve to match these, so that it kind of flexes it curved a little more. But the lights on top, if anybody asks, is just, I bought a light bar for my 4x4, and that's where it got tossed because it hasn't been installed yet. I'm working on this. But that's today's progress. I may get another hour in on playing with it, and start videoing tomorrow when I take the front back off. Like I said, I still got a lot of welding and grinding to do. We can only weld it one little bit at a time. But I'm really happy how it came out. But I don't know, you can't really see how the front top piece is shaped, but it's got perfect convex here, and it swings out, rolls real smooth. Really, really surprised that came out that easy. And I haven't even riveted. I'm going to rivet or self-tap screw here. Depends on how the front piece lines up. The windshield piece of steel will be interesting to attach. You know, I'm going to do some trimming right here to make it fit right. You know, but this is just a rough in right now. So really, really happy how it came out. It looks kind of flat in the front, but it is rounded. Like I said, it's kind of warped a little bit, but I'll add a center support, and that'll help keep its shape a little better. So, like I said, really happy how this piece went on a lot easier than I was anticipating. Okay, the pinto trailer again. Last thing I did was tack that on. The windshield piece is just tacked on. I was going to pop rivet it, but went with self-tappers instead. And added a little trademark. And it's hooked up to a truck. It's going camping right now. I had to hit the hardware store and get some chains for the tongue. Other than that, we're taking it for a test drive to Oregon City, Oregon, from Ravensdale, Washington. I'm gonna stop and get tires too. Those little donuts aren't gonna work. So stop, pick up a couple things, and out of town we go. Beentoad gets a new pair of shoes. local tire store, used tires.